Stop pretending you're alpha, because the moment you try to prove it, you've already lost. You think being alpha means flexing muscles, raising your voice, or controlling others. But that's the biggest lie psychology exposes. The real alpha isn't the loudest in the room. It's you when you master yourself. You're alpha when you walk in and people notice without you saying a word. You're alpha when you stay calm while others panic. When you make decisions while everyone else hesitates. When you turn failure into fuel instead of fear. And here's the truth. Most men spend their lives pretending to be alpha, but psychology shows exactly why that act never works, and how you can become the real thing. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone try to dominate a conversation, interrupt others, or brag about their achievements? They think that's alpha behavior. But deep down, you know it's insecurity. The louder someone shouts about being strong, the more fragile they usually are. True alpha psychology is the opposite. It's quiet confidence. It's presence without performance. It's the ability to influence without forcing. And the moment you understand this, you stop chasing the image of alpha and start building the psychology of alpha. So what makes you alpha? Let's break it down. First, self-belief. You don't need external validation. You don't need likes, applause, or approval. You know who you are, and that certainty radiates. People feel it before you speak. Second, emotional control. You don't let anger, fear, or anxiety dictate your actions. When others lose their cool, you stay grounded. That's why leaders are trusted, because they don't collapse under pressure. Third, resilience. You don't see failure as the end. You see as feedback. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every mistake becomes fuel. And fourth, social influence. You don't push people down or rise. You lift them up. You make others stronger, and that's why they follow you. Now here's where psychology gets fascinating. Your brain is wired to seek dominance, because dominance historically meant survival. But in modern life, dominance isn't about fighting or controlling. It's about perception. People decide who's alpha based on subtle cues. Posture, tone, eye contact, decision-making. That means you can rewire how others see you by rewiring how you see yourself. And this is where identity shift comes in. Stop acting alpha. Start being alpha. Acting is exhausting. Being is effortless. When you shift your identity, confidence becomes natural. Let's talk body language. You don't need to be the biggest guy in the room. You need to be the most grounded. Stand tall, shoulders open, eye contact steady. Don't fidget, don't rush. Your body speaks before your words. And when your body says calm, confident, controlled, people believe it. That's psychology. Decision-making is another alpha trait. Most people hesitate, overthink, and wait for permission. Alphas act. Even with incomplete information, they move forward. Why? Because indecision kills influence. When you act, you project certainty. And certainty is magnetic. People follow those who seem sure, even if they're not always right. But here's the trap. Fake dominance. If you need to prove you're alpha, you're not. If you rely on intimidation, you're insecure. If you confuse arrogance with confidence, you lose respect. Psychology makes this clear. Fake dominance triggers resistance, not influence. True alpha psychology is balance. Strength with empathy. Confidence with humility. Influence with trust. Now let's go deeper. Why do people follow alphas? It's not fear. It's safety. The alpha makes others feel secure. When you're calm, others relax. When you're decisive, others trust. When you're resilient, others believe they can overcome too. That's why true alphas elevate others. They don't just win. They help others rise. And that's why their influence lasts. So how do you become alpha? Start with your mind. Reframe your self-image. Stop telling yourself you're weak, insecure, or unworthy. Start telling yourself you're capable, grounded, and resilient. Your brain believes the story you repeat. Change the story. Change the psychology. Next, master emotional control. Practice staying calm in chaos. Breathe, pause, respond. Don't react. That's alpha. Then, build resilience. Fail fast, learn faster. Every setback is a test. Pass it, and you grow stronger. Finally, practice contribution. Help others rise. Share knowledge. Give support. Lead with empathy. That's how you build influence that lasts. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop chasing alpha, you become it. The moment you stop performing, you start embodying. The moment you stop proving, you start leading. That's the psychology shift. So ask yourself, are you pretending to be alpha? Or are you becoming alpha? Are you chasing dominance? Or are you mastering yourself? Because the world doesn't need more fake alphas. It needs real ones. And real alpha psychology isn't about overpowering others. It's about mastering you. Remember this. You're alpha when you walk in and people notice without you saying a word. You're alpha when you stay calm while others panic. You're alpha when you make decisions while everyone else hesitates. You're alpha when you turn failure into fuel. And you're alpha when you lift others instead of pushing them down. That's the psychology of being truly alpha. So stop pretending. Stop performing. Stop proving. Start becoming. Because once you master your mind, the world sees you differently. And that's when you stop acting alpha and start being one.